he was not immune from the pull, even though as much as he wanted to stay in Chicago. The way he put it when he moved, he told one interviewer, he said, you know, the Chicago area code was 312, and the Los Angeles area code was 213, and he said it started to get to the point where most of my phone calls were to 213 instead of 312, so I figured I'd better move out there.
Well, I think that, you know, once again, he's really cultivating a spot in the local scene in Chicago. And I love the owner of the Earl of Old Town. He just seemed like one of those. You know, I once met an old manager who looked at me and had the cigar in his mouth. He goes, "Maybe we can stimulate some business with you." You know, that kind of that old.
That's not too far from Earl Bianchi.
That old kind of show business style. But he believed in him.
Yes.
He believed in him so much that he was willing to put. I love this part. And he said, "You have to get that song copyrighted."
That's right. He said, "I don't know how to do this. You get it patented, you get it copyrighted. I don't care what you do, but if you don't do it, I don't want to see you again." And the next day, Goodman comes in and he says, "I got it done. I got it copyrighted." I mean, Earl Bianchi was really kind of a surrogate father to Steve in that respect. I mean, and he performed that role for many people in Chicago, but most of all, Steve Goodman. And the affection was visceral.
So we're at this point now. Steve's got this song, and he knows it's a good song. People locally are getting to know that it's a good song.
Other people are playing it locally.
Other people are playing it. It's not really in the form that it becomes later on.
Oh, of course.
But you know, it's definitely a kind of, it has legs, as we say, and people are interested. Now let's talk about this really important situation when Arlo comes to town.
Well, Arlo came to town, he came through frequently, and he played the Quiet Night in spring of '71. And this was a year after Goodman had written the song. And this was right at the time when Goodman had just recorded the song, and the recording was going to come out on an Earl of Old Town sampler album called Gathering at the Earl of Old Town. Richard Harding, the club owner of the Quiet Night, also was kind of a mentor and protector of Steve. And he, after Arlo's performance, Goodman had come to see Arlo, and he brought Arlo in the back room, he brought Steve in the back room and shut the door. And there are people who were there who could hear through the door Richard Harding bellowing to Steve, "Play him the song, train song, play him the goddamn train song."